Is it working? Is it working? Am I here? Am I here? Do I exist? I think it's working. I can see my mic is spiking. So that means the mobile setup is activated. Oh, delightful. Oh, hi there. You might be wondering, wow, how are you down there? But clearly able to reach and poke this box. That's because I have a wonderful technology. It's the same stuff they used to film Star Wars Episode 1. So I'm not actually a little guy down here. I have what's called a green screen behind me. Up here. So there's actually a big green circle behind me that hooks onto my chair and then sinks down so low that it ends like right here. So it's not fully working, but it's close enough for this amazing. But it's really cool. Look at this. My hands are reaching. I can grab myself. I got an itch on the back of my head. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. Hello. I'm on the West Coast, and I wanted to open some stuff. I'm not going to open tons because I don't want to do this for too long because I'm tired, but I wanted to give it a try. So we're going to give it a try. I see a bunch of you up there. So hello. Greetings. Is this the new sound stage? It's a portable sound stage. Basically, I got this thing at London Drugs that folds up into a circle, and it's just a big green circle. But I was like, hey, that can solve my ongoing problem back at home, where you don't need to see that much of that monitor. Where I keep not wanting, I keep fretting about all the mess behind me. So now I can simply cover it up, and then I'm floating digitally with effects. So this Megatron, I saw T-Fan page. What's up? You're asking. This was not from A3U. This was at the Magic EB Games. They were able to set aside one that they had coming in the day after I went there to look for things, and so I was able to get the platinum discount, which is everything I ever wanted with this Megatron. So obviously, I know Pity Polyphonic. You saw Pregnant Char. That's because we're gonna open up by cracking my very first 3 packs of the Gundam card game, because I want to open this game somehow. You can't buy starter decks in Canada because they're all marked up like 300%. And then I decided, you know what? I want to gamble a little anyway. So I'm just going to assume that someone eventually who knows things about this card game will be in the chat to comment on whatever I open, because since I've not yet had a chance to play this dang thing, I don't know what's good except for the one Wing Gundam who's shiny. Bunch of junk behind. I don't want people to see my junk though, Chris Muse. I don't want to see my junk. My junk has to stay private. I have to live in a perfect, what do you call it? A hole where nothing goes wrong. Pardon my sipping, by the way. Your red cards make my likelihood to win 10 times more lucky. Yeah. The red green's Zaku Rush, I've heard, is a thing. The what was it, the white green, or there was a white something was messing with people lately. T-Vambage, you were a short distance from my junk. A lot of my junk. Well, I was at the toy show this past weekend. Things went pretty well. I got a thing there. I only bought one thing there. It was 40 Canadian. Came with a free keychain. I got this. So I can show you this thing too. This is the OG New Age Ratchet. I forgot there were 2. I like this little thing. He's cool. He has like a bunch of extra hands, which is strange. Because I thought that was like more of an Iron Factory thing. And this is before the baking paint era. So this is like more of just a neat Ratchet. I already swapped the head because they give you an alternate red head. So this is my red head Ratchet, I guess, for now. Medic Killer. No, it's Medic Miller. It's Famous Miller from Transformers. Don't you know your Transformers? Oh, he's tiny. He's GoBot small. But yeah, I'm gonna rip one of these open. Oh, New Age. Oh yeah, didn't they? Now that I'm thinking about it, didn't my Cyclonus have extra hands? I don't know. He's not here. I can't remember. Nothing against. Hey, listen, we got no problems with redheads here. Wink. Yeah, I'm gonna pull. Yeah, PT. I'm pulling the $20,000 Pokemon card today. I opened some Flesh and Blood, a game I actually now play, earlier, and I pulled some stuff. Let's see my fancy stuff I pulled. Hang on a second. I pulled 3 very rare cards, which was really freaking cool, as they say on Twitch.tv. So I got a pre-release pack, and there was some cool stuff in there, but nothing like mind-blowing. But then I got a bonus extra pack with it, which had a Marvel in it. So Marvels are cold foil full art. You can see the cold foil effect there. Full art cards that are fairly rare. I think Marvels are definitely not 1 per box. So that was kind of cool. And then I got a box of the new set where I got another Marvel. And the best part about these two Marvels, this one I kind of want because I like Gravy Bones, but this Marvel I'm never going to use. So these are trade fodder, baby. I extracted valuable trade fodder from one province to bring back to another one. And then I pulled a legendary for a class that I don't play. This is a reprint, so this brought the value of Old New Horizon down, but it still is worth something. So I have 3, if I get over Gallo here, 3 very solid pieces of trade fodder, leaving out all the expansion slot Majestics I pulled that are for classes I generally don't play either. Anyway, that's my my flesh and blood story. I see some more folks have been joining me on this, the Day of Omen Paths. Hello, welcome. I am using George Lucas's own technology to appear down here in the shot in a very subtle and believable VFX kind of way. And the best part is I can scratch. Oh, I can scratch the back of my own head, which is really cool. No other human can do that. So I'm gonna open some Gundam cards to kick us off. Oh yeah, Adam Rockmore, don't worry. There's no lateness here. There's no lateness here. I was just like, I want to stream, and I keep getting like tired. And then I'm also on the West Coast, so time is strange compared to when I usually would stream. And then I was like, you know what? What if I just don't care? What if I just do a shorty? So I'm just doing a shorty. So we're going to see what Gundams in cardboard form I pull out of here. My very first pack of the Gundam card. 12 plus 1 cards. Yes, it's 12 plus 1, aka 13. I saw earlier 130 plus 6 card types. Very different from 136. Bandai Namco are a very strange company when it comes to how they do cards. What's your opinion on the Mighty Mighty Orbots? I think it's really cool that someone is doing something with Orbots. I think it's really neat. Well, it's late. It's later than I usually would stream on the East Coast. I would usually be like in hour 4 of a stream or something by now. So I got... Oh, well... What a great career we've had, everybody. What is this? Okay, this is C, so it's a common. I got the common cancer. This is a blue card. I don't even remember what the color... All I know about the color identities is red aggro, as it always is, and green is Zaku's, as I guess it should be. That's the main thing I know. White is... You could at some point run mono white and do well when the game was younger, and I don't know if that has changed at all. Oh, it's from Gundam Wing. Of course it is. Alright, so we've got that. Next I've got MacGyver, famous Gundam character. So I can burst this to add a card to my hand, as one should. This is green, so it likes the Xeon stuff. Do we have any fans of MacGyver from Gundam watching right now? The best part about the Gundam card game is that I recognize more shapes, but still have about the same knowledge base as I do for the Digimon card game, meaning that whenever I do actually have a deck of this, I will be just as irritating to play against. Not to say that anyone was irritated playing against me in Digimon, it's just that all I had to talk about was that I tried to look up Belphemon because I thought that it looked cool, so I built the deck because it was cheap at the time. And all I know about Belphemon is that if you search for Belphemon Rage Mode on YouTube, you fairly immediately end up on a muscle growth fetish channel. And that's all I know about Belphemon. And I was told something about Gardevoir, and I don't remember what it was. But apparently nobody likes this guy, so MacGyver, continue on. I gotta put him in my deck for sure. The card stock, by the way, real nice and snappy, as one would expect from Bamco. We got Duo's Leo. That's another green card. Okay, it's Duo Maxwell's Leo from Operation Meteor, a Space Earth robot unit, obviously. His card has the vase resonating. Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, it does. Who's that behind him? Is that like his mom? JTL, what's going on? I'm opening Gundam cards. I bought 3 packs. They're my very first Gundam cards. Because I'm sick of everybody else having cards to play with in my friend circles with this game. and I'm gonna play it sometime, especially when I got a G Sky Easy like this. Straight up, gonna win with one of these. Um, this is during link activated. I love the formatting on Banco games because you really have to go ask someone else what the card does. That's my experience with Digimon. My brief experience so far, at least. Oh, we got something. We got a Zoot. We got any fans of the Zoot Gundam? Because I got one right here, the common Zoot. It's Earth. It's Zaft. Oh, I know Zaft is a thing. Zaft is like some deck archetype everyone hates right now because everyone's doing like budget Zaft and like flooding the board. Support was something. Is that like block? I can't remember. Is there a G Sky Hard? I only got a G Sky Easy, so I don't know what to tell you. It's a Zoot Suit Riot. Thank you so much. Hey, hopefully we get a goon. Oh, we got some white. We got Gundam. Too many consonants in a row. I don't. This is still a common. Yeah, but it's low cost. So maybe you want to have like a bunch of these. It's a blocker. Okay, so blocker and that other thing are different. Support 1, blocker 1. Restless unit 1. Other friendly unit gets. Oh, okay. Gives AP +1 specified amount. So +1 during this turn. That's interesting. Lesbians where? All right, so what is the katakana for this? Whenever I see this, right, I'm like Kalililin, and I'm like, okay, so what was the katakana, and what's the normal way to pronounce this, rather than this romanized try-hard nonsense that Bandai is always doing half the time with names, this Gord Drive nonsense, this Blood Stahalk nonsense. I actually do not know how to pronounce Lefrith still. I think the kana is lubris. It probably is. Rubris? Oh, it's. Wait, how are they doing B into F? Or is it rufurisu? It's pronounced Krillin. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, PT. Okay, ruburisu. So it's rubris, not lufrith. Anyway, strategic arms. How do we pronounce that? I think command cards are like the event or ability cards for this game, so they're the ones you just play and do a thing. Deal 2 damage to all units with blocker. I'm assuming this is not necessarily board wipe, but at least board wipe enabling. Good old Brad Stack. Yep. I have nothing against Gordon Drive. It's the company he works for. Oh, we're into the. Sorry, this is my first uncommon, by the way. We're on. Oh, it's good old Rick Dom. Talking about Brad Stack and Gordon Drive, it's Rick Dom. It's part of that trio. They still do the acapella thing on karaoke nights. Breach 2. Oh, Breach is a thing. When this unit attack destroys an enemy unit, deal the specified amount of damage to the first card in that shield area. Okay, so if you kill someone, you do 2 damage to the shield area. Very cool. Because the shield area is, if I recall correctly, is this thing's version of the whatever you're attacking in Digimon that you win the game by killing, the wall of 7 cards. So I'm assuming the shield area is the wall, but that also in this game has a base floating on it, as I understand it. Hello, Matt R75. The joke of whether you can differentiate the Dom and the Rick Dom. Well, I mean, this one says Rick right here. Implies a Rick sub. Well, the Rick sub would be blue because it's a water vehicle, right? Like, logic. Speaking of blue, we got Nahel Argama. Famous Nahel Argama, the base from Gundam Unicorn, I think, because that looks like a Unicorn Gundam. Earth Federation warship, as they should. Uncommon base, burst deploy. Okay, so if you flip this from the shield stack, I'm guessing, you deploy this. Add one of your shields to your hand. Yeah, okay, so you pull a shield into your hand. So I guess this deploys, and are you trading this? Choose one enemy unit with 3 or less HP. Rest it. I'm guessing that means tapping it. Could you, in theory, jump onto white base in Gundam TCG? I think so. Another uncommon. Xeon Remnant Forces. Unspecified. Maybe 2, who knows. A level 2 that costs 1. Oh, this is a command card, so it's not guys. This is an event. Choose one enemy unit, deal a damage. So it's just ping them for one. It's a red card, obviously. I like that the red is sort of more of a magenta in this game. That makes me want to play. My whole hope was to just find the bad guy's starter and pick one up and run red-green Zeons, because that would be funny. And what do I get? I get to see starters that are supposed to be 25 to 30 bucks Canadian, minimum 60 bucks now, and I'm not paying that much of a markup for TCG starter decks. Ain't happening. Apparently, when they did the second print run, it was just the booster packs and not the starter decks. So I don't know what they're thinking. Banco's kind of apparently goofy like this. As I read, it took the One Piece TCG that they do over 2 years to stabilize stock-wise because they're silly. We'll see what happens. Let's see. This is a rare Choo Choo's Demi Trainer. I do not see Demi colors anywhere on this. I'm assuming that they wore off because that is the color yellow and that's green. So Choo Choo's Demi Trainer from the Schwattery Pan Lunch. It's an Academy member. Attack, draw one, then discard one. I like that. I would assume... So the baseline assumption, right, to any card game is if you draw cards or you get to filter your hand by drawing cards, that is inherently good. So unless someone can tell me otherwise, I would assume this thing is fine. It's like, 2/2, so it's low cost. If you attack with it, you get to filter your hand once, dig in a card. That's not a train at all. Well, it's a Gundam, right? So it might have a train mode, right? Speculative markets, woohoo! Oh, so what they did with the starter decks is random starters would be god starters that were entirely foiled, and apparently that's all it took to eliminate the ability for new players to play the game. Jamin doesn't have her massive hair buns on. I mean, like, they could be back there somewhere. Choo Choo's also cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't know Choo Choo, but apparently she's a Demi trainer, so like I gotta hit her up or something. Alright, what is this? Legendary Rare. That sounds good. Unicorn Gundam 02 Banshee Destroy Mode. Legendary Rare. I'm gonna look something up. Excuse me for a moment. How can I look something up? Here, let's see. I'm gonna go in here. That is Unicron. I almost typed Unicron for real. Alright, this is not fancy, unless I'm missing something. Let's put this in here. Yeah, this is an extraordinarily inexpensive card. We did not win anything. Yet. However, yeah, 17,000. If it was a different foiling, perhaps, then we'd be up there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the foiling on this game though is gorgeous. Like, look at the way it. Like, you can. I saw some of these in person. My friend Ray let me see some cards once, and like. That texture is there and is you can feel it with your finger. Like, it's so friggin' nice. That's why I would like to play this game, because the foilings, or I'll just call them the shiny jobs, right? Because this is a bunch of different stuff. It's so nice. And like, I think Unicorn Gundam's neat because I bought a kit for it in 07 and built it in 2012. And so I remember, like, this is the evil recolor, but I remember. Yeah, that stuff is gorgeous. If you just think this looks cool and you happen to like Unicorn Gundam 02 Banshee Destroy Mode, this card is apparently $3.50 Canadian. So, like, you could just get one from a card shop and put it in a nice little case, like, next to your Unicorn Gundam. By the way, hello, Unicorn Gundam. So the back card of every pack is a resource card. These are, like, for those who play One Piece, I believe these are, like, the Dawn cards. Starter decks just come with, like, the 10 of these or 11 of these that you get. So what they do in the booster packs is they do alternate art resources that just have pictures of different Gundams on them. And I think that's a really cool way to do your chase cards and promos, is you just take what is essentially the basic lands and you just make them fancy so that they are only valuable for the artwork, not for the function. That's the perfect card game scenario, where you are mostly on the aftermarket, chasing after alt arts, not entire cards. How does this compare to this? Looks 100 times better than any Digimon foil I've ever seen. I've only seen a handful, but this texturing I do not recall ever being like. Look at that! You can see it in the light. Ugh. Your shadow scribble now. The seedy underbelly of this game is mostly that the starter decks are impossible to get at retail in Canada. I've heard it is more likely, like, they're starting to show up at Targets and whatnot in America. So if you're in the USA, you might find starter decks at retail now. But if you're in Canada, like, you can go to hell, apparently. And what I have been told, because I've tried to go and just, like, onto 401, for instance, and go, like, can I just buy singles, like $30 a singles to make a deck? Anything I've net decked is like, at the end of the day, you also need these 8 cards from this starter deck or these 2 starter decks. Guess what singles specifically are always sold out on websites? The starter deck cards, and especially the ones that are 2-ofs in the starter decks. It's like, damn it. Damn it. Could I proxy stuff? Absolutely. But I don't want to go through all the work when I haven't even played the game. So I'm hoping that the G-Quacks starter deck is easier to get, because I never watched G-Quacks, but it's fun to say, and it would give me somewhere to start from, because I would like to have a deck in this game, because I like the Bamco game engine, at least as far as Digimon is concerned, and from what I can tell, the One Piece game is perfectly fine as well. It seems quite popular, and Gundam seems to have added a few really fun tweaks to that engine, so I'd like to play it, because it's like, I don't really like have any opinion on Digimon, but I like that card game enough to have 2 decks for it, because it's fun to play. Anyway, the next starter deck is G-Quacks, so it's pronounced G. I said G-Quacks. In Bandai pronunciation, there was an R in there. I wanted the Witch from Mercury starter, which is also the Amuro starter, because I was like, well, I haven't seen Gundam Witch from Mercury, but it seems like the one that is up my alley. Good luck. Like, I could get the starter if I'm fine. Like, right now, I could get that starter if I'm fine paying $120 for the one that comes with 3 Warhammer models of Gundams, which it itself is supposed to be $50, not $120, but that's what happened, right? That's where we are. Have you heard of Metal Cardboard? Yeah, I've talked about it a bunch. I haven't picked any up yet, but I'm hopefully getting a little hookup from on one of them from a friend who is in the area where one can find them. What are the models for? So they did these special versions of the starter decks that come with the Warhammer models they're doing for Gundam, which is for a Gundam tabletop miniatures game. And the model kits seem to be being made by one of the companies who does stuff for Atomic Mass, if I understood. If it's not Atomic Mass, it's very similar. So they are Warhammer-style Gundam models that if you play, like they didn't make one for Cancer, but if you had the model for Cancer and you played Cancer, then you could put your painted Cancer miniature on top of it and point at it and say, look. Now, bear in mind, Bandai Namco are the company that made a deck sleeve thing for One Piece that it's the shape and dimensions of a card, but thicker. And the idea is you hit the button every time you play a Dawn, and it plays loud, irritating quotes from One Piece. So Bandai Namco like to come up with ideas that are irrelevant to tabletop card gaming and kind of squeeze them in for fun. The One Piece thing there's like 2 or 3 versions of it out now too. It's like a One Piece sound box, and the idea is like every time you play something, you hit the box and it makes One Piece noises. And I can only imagine that like that would become really irritating about halfway through one game. Metal Cardboard is being distroed in at least the USA by Agabus. And last I heard, they're aiming for an Amazon warehouse distro, so through Amazon, America only for now, starting sometime around Christmas. They said all that months ago. I have no idea how all of the ongoing, completely randomized tariff situations may have hindered or not that plan. I haven't heard anything about it from the Agabus end. I think it's still happening, but I find the silence on how it may have been affected by for lack of a better term, just the tariff situation. I find the lack of updates to be a little bit disturbing because, like, I just don't see how there is any kind of like secret good thing that happened. But I don't know. So I'd love to be wrong. They added the sounds to it so they can copyright strike gameplay videos. You know what though? Maybe they did. I wouldn't. Oh, I watched a video of the thing because I was just like, it can't possibly be a box so that every time I play a land, I hit it and it plays like someone screaming "Gum Gum Land." Except it seems like it is. So I don't know. Kind of wonder if even they don't know. I think that's probably the case. I think in a situation where like, not to insult Metal Cardbot, but when something is that small scale, right, as far as like who's interested in it right now. Yeah, Sound Loader, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a good name. I feel it would behoove Agabus to just say like, hey, we don't know what's going on, but we want to like acknowledge that like we have a plan and maybe it'll go the way we want it to. So yeah, I don't know. Like they did development on it. Like they were doing different packaging types and whatnot. Like trying to figure out stuff. I remember they mentioned like whether or not they were going to keep the eyes on the vehicles, and I'm kind of like, if you get rid of the eyes if you get rid of the eyes from Cardbot, I feel like you just really want them to be Transformers then, and I think that kind of sucks. But I also find the eyes charming. By the way, Science of a Revolution. Yo, everything I'm talking about, am I right? Hey, Gundam heads who know things, did they succeed? Or are they dead? I don't know who these two are. But it bursts to draw. So if this comes out of the shield thing, you draw one. And if you, in your main, choose one rest enemy unit, deal one. Okay, so if you play this, you ping a tapped enemy, I'm guessing. Losing the eyes, Yeah, the eyes, it's just like, I understand why the eyes are weird for some people, but like to distro the toys and also discuss whether you're going to keep the eyes, I'm kind of like, maybe you shouldn't be distroing these. Oh, this is Armoro and Camille. Oh, okay. Trees is defo dead. Well, he tried. He tried his best. He pinged a tapped unit for 2. Okay, that's like lightning bolt style. Well, we got our first GOG. Thank goodness. No Zugog, but this is still some GOG. How much GOG has this thing got? This thing's a 2-3. It doesn't know anyone who's driving it. You just pay 2 and it's a level 2. Okay, so this is super simple. 2-3 for 2. You get yourself some GOG right in here. Have they said if they're dubbing the cartoon? Yes. Most of the like a lot of the Tobot cartoons are dubbed. Not well, but they're dubbed. I think there's a dub of original Cardbot already floating around. I might have misunderstood something someone was saying. It's not like a great dub, but like it exists. It ideally would get kids to know what they are, so they would go like, I would like to have a Cardbot. Okay, yeah, it has a Singapore English dub. Yeah, I don't know if they were going to do like a new dub, but I didn't keep up with that side of things. The let me go take a look at this. I am less equipped to share things, unfortunately. Holy moly. My apologies to the alternate chatters. I'm less equipped to share things in this setup because I'm on just like I'm on a MacBook, so I just have it set up for like this shot and this scene and that opening scene. I haven't set up like a browser share. So my apologies. I'll take a look later on though. See. Oh, hey, speaking of, we got a Zaku 2. I think this was one that was like, no, it was the starter Zaku 2. This one's like a vanilla 2-2 for 1. Among the reasons why I've had trouble like just trying to slap a deck together is I don't know how to evaluate the cards of this game. Like, I don't know what's on rate. I don't know if a 2-2 vanilla for 1 is good or not. Or, I mean, not good, but I don't know if it's like on rate for the game or not. I'm trying to figure that out. The problem with the Bamco card games is I find a lot of the deck tech videos are like, how do you put this? it's like a torrential rainstorm of jargon, and then there isn't a deck list. There's just a photograph of how many cards or how many copies of each card. And like I had this problem with Digimon for a while too, where like I was trying to net deck a bit, and I just like until I found a site with some card deck lists on it, I was really lost. And then when I found that site, they still list them graphically as like here's pictures of a bunch of cards with little numbers in the bottom left, and I'm like, dang it. What's the significance of level versus cost? So I believe the level. I can't remember if it's like you have to have a lower level to play another level up. The cost is just like I think what turn you can play it on, because every turn you get another one of these out of your deck of these. So every turn, so basically, instead of having to hope you draw lands in Magic terms, you just get one every turn. So on turn 2, I believe, on turn 1 or 2, you have 2 resources, meaning that you could then tap them for 2 mana, quote unquote, and then pay the thing. Oh, Invasion! Thank you so much. Level 2, cost 1 for vanilla 2/2. Pretty good if you have it in the opening hand going second. Okay. That is already helping me a whole lot more than where I was starting off here. All right, the path to victory or defeat. That's a wing Gundam. I know what that is. Okay, so this is level 5, cost 1. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal 1 Operation Meteor or GT Mina card or pilot card among them. Add it to your. So it's okay. So it's like Digimon is full of these. Like something that I found with at least Digimon is that the Bamco approach is like, no, we love tutors. No, we love you digging through your deck. So there's lots of in Digimon. There's a lot of cards that are like, just flip the top like chunk of your cards over and look for a thing. Nice artwork. Yeah, the artwork in this game looks really just gorgeous. MTG terms are always helpful. That's always a good baseline. I have played some Digimon, but like not enough to be good, and I've observed some One Piece, but not enough to really know what I'm talking about. I thought for a second this was. I know Pregnant Char's an alt art, but just for a second, the color pattern, the way this guy is sitting, I really had a moment. This is Dirka Elfman. What a Bandai ass name. I'm guessing it's Erusman is the last name. They love these THs for the S's, don't they? Okay, so it comes out of the shield. I'm guessing the shield. Maybe Invasion, if you could let me know. I'm assuming that the shield and burst stuff is the stack of cards you're attacking to win the game. So I'm assuming burst is if you flip this on that, you add it to your hand, because I've seen that in Digimon before. What an odd way to Romanize that. Okay, so I'm right. It's Derek Earthman. Like he looks like a cool guy. Is he dead? It's gonna be like my other question about every Gundam character. This guy looks neat. Is he dead? Or it's like, what was the other one? Signs of Revolution. Oh, did they succeed, or are they alive? Oh my god, I'm fine. The pilot of the Buster Gundam, who sold so badly Bandai forced him to switch sides from the bad guys to the good guys to increase sales. He's alive. Okay. Because he has a very Roy Fokker kind of smile going on. Like this guy looks like he's inviting pineapple salad to happen to him. Yeah, okay, if it's in your shield area and you burst, you pop. Yeah, that's I forgot the word for it in Digimon, but there's a whole thing in that where it's like some of the trainers are like, oh, if you flip me in the thing you're attacking, I go straight into play and stuff like that. There's stuff about the flow of the Bamco general card engine that I really like. It's why I like the idea of playing their games. Sword Strike Gundam. This Gundam's gonna strike you with a sword. We into the uncommons now, by the way? Yeah, we are. During link, so when someone's linked on, this one links with Earth Alliance trait. When you attack, choose one enemy unit with 2 or less HP, bounce it. Oh, that seems kind of cool. So it's like it's kind of like killing it, like you're bouncing it. But, in combat card game terms, I kind of, especially one where it's like, it seems like a lot of the Gundams are just units, right? They're not like legendary characters. So this one, if something's down to 2 or less HP or just has that as his HP, this thing just like swats it while attacking. So that seems kind of cool. I'm not sure if the stats, like the ability seems cool. I'm not sure if the stats make this off rate or something, but I like that idea. Securing the supply line. So did she? Is she dead? So when you play this, friendly units that are level 4 or lower recover 2 HP. So this is a game also with, like, they sell D6s, because your units all have a damage level, and they actually take damage that persists, which is a taste thing. That's Transformers TCG, so I quite like it. But, oh, she very is. Oh. She very is dead. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. She is dead. She very is. She did. Matilda. Okay, yeah. So she didn't. So I'm guessing she didn't secure the supply line. This is kind of fun. I already have a new way to engage with the Gundam fans who also play the card games. I can just ask questions about the command cards that have these nebulous statements on them. Yo, Guntank. This is one of the 3 model kits in the starter 1 with Warhammer models things. You get a Guntank, a Jim, and an RX-8, I believe. She delivered, said the supply line was secured. Okay. So what's the Guntank do? Because I'm assuming there's more than one Guntank. I haven't actually looked. 1 cost level 2. 1/2. He's little. When you deploy him, choose a rested enemy unit deal. So he pings a tapped enemy unit when he comes out. That seems nice for like 1 cost. Oh, what's this? This is a bunch of words. The Gundam Aerial Mirasol Flight Unit. Okay, during pair, when you activate. You can activate once per turn by paying 2. Choose an enemy unit. It gets armor. Is that what is AP? Is that action points or is that armor points? So this one likes. Hey, I know who that is. That's she's married now. She got a wife. Yeah, now that's lesbians. All right. What's up, Pia? Oh, Pia, do you want to see? I can make you spend money. This card is only like $350 Canadian, but like look at the foiling in this game. You can feel the texture on this thing. It's so nice. I don't know if you can hear that, but the foiling on the legendary rares is like it's delicious. Anyway, what were we saying? So let's see, level 4. I don't entirely understand the level thing. Does that mean you have to have 4 available I'm assuming this means you have to have 4 available resources to be able to pay 3 to play this out of hand. I'm guessing. $3.50 or $350 Canadian. I looked it up because I saw. Here's what I saw, because I wasn't sure if this is like if every pack has an LR. I saw legendary rare. I saw unicorn Gundam. I saw foil with texture, and I was like, oh, this is either worth nothing or it's worth $100. So I looked it up, and it's worth $3.50 Canadian. So if you just like the Banshee Destroy mode, you can just buy this card, put it on a little stand next to it, and it would look nice when you shine light on it. Anyway, I don't know precisely how level 4, turn 4 pay. Thank you, Invasion. So that's what I thought. So the level is how many available resources you have, where you are putting 1 out every turn, and then the cost is how many of those you have to tap to get the mana to cast the spell. That's not the words the game uses. I'm being obnoxious. Yo, look, it's Duo Max. Oh, this is a different foiling. This is like cold foiling. It's not quite cold foiling, but it's not rainbow foiling. But there is something shiny going on here compared to this one. Yeah. So Operation Meteor. Burst. Add this to your hand. It's a pilot. Turn 4, 1 costs. Units AP can't be reduced by enemy effects during Link. Adds +1/+2 when this guy pilots. That's a really neat, like it's not cold foiling, but it's not hollow foiling. It's like somewhere in between. I kind of like that. Cold foiling, I will show you. That's a Flesh and Blood thing. Because the pre-release kit came with some cold foils, which are very pretty. They're for like very basic equipment, but I think they're quite pretty. So cold foiling is like this, where like there is foiling, but it's like not jumping out. It like has to catch the light, but then it looks really inbuilt and cold. It's very cool. It's like ice cream. This is kind of reminding me a little bit. Like the cold foiling is a spot treatment on Flesh and Blood too. But cold foils are the really good foils in Flesh and Blood. There are 50-cent cards in Flesh and Blood, but the cold foil version, another thing about cold foiling is they only do it once. So like there can be a 50-cent card in Flesh and Blood that has a like $50 cold foil version because it only happened one time, and that's the kind of aftermarket stuff I do like, where it's like if you just want the card to play the game, you can get it for cheap, and then if you really like it and you've played that deck a lot, that card means a lot to you, you can bling up to something like this. I think it's a sensible way to do that kind of stuff. Anyway, Duo Maxwell, I am not sure if this is good stats, but it doesn't look bad to me. The only thing I could think that might be interfering is like level 4 could mean that maybe this takes too long to come out, but I am told that Gundam, at least right now, under its first set, is a fairly slow, grindy game. Yeah, Star Wars Unlimited has some beautiful spot treatments. They use a lot of gloss for that stuff, from what I saw. Along with you're thinking, Duo is a good character and is alive. I think a lot of the Wing folks are alive, from what I remember, because that was like the heavily marketed one. I still never really watched it. I watched Endless Waltz when I was a kid, and I didn't understand why one of them had wings still. Anyway, let's see. This is a rare. I'm getting these Unicorn Gundam foils all the time. Holy moly. Unicorn Gundam Unicorn Mode. During Link, when destroyed, return the paired pilot to your hand, then discard one. Okay. And this wants to link with... Is that really someone's name? Is there someone named Banniger Lynx? That's a pretty good name. It's a civilian. That's a great way to describe the Unicorn mode of Unicorn Gundam from what little I always have experienced of it. So Banniger Lynx wants to link? They were thinking ahead. That's the Unicorn's pilot, is Banniger Lynx. Okay. Let's see, I don't know the pilot that well. This ability seems valuable if the pilot is good. You're like dropping one from hand to save the pilot. It's pronounced Bunager. I could see that. Why did they go with a G8? I mean, I guess it. Burger Links. What's our resource? Oh yeah, there we go. We got some Sha. We got Charzaku too. So I'm building a real good resource pile here. Also known as banana. Oh, thank you. All right, my last pack, and then I will move on to this toy that's over here. Let's see if we pull. By the way, if I did pull money, like, hey, let me know. But I kind of assume I didn't. I just wanted to gamble a bit, and I just wanted to hold some dang Gundam cards that were mine and not someone else's. What? Oh boy. Okay, this is Riddick Macarena. While this unit has repair, it gets AP1, so he wants to go into a unit that already has repair, I'm guessing. If this bursts, so if you flip him over in the shield row, he comes back to your hand. That's always neat. Put this guy in jail. Oh, he's a good guy? This guy does cool. Is this guy alive? Is good old Riddick Macarena alive, or is he a casualty of war? I'm leaning my little limited shot here. I gotta like pay attention to like where I am. Holy moly! Despite everything, excellent. I mean, that's a pretty for such a beloved character. It seems like they did a pretty nice piece of art for him. All right. Well, we got Kigali's Sky Grasper. I love grasping the sky. What is this from? It's got some cool shapes. When this gets, it's a 2/1 for 2 on turn 2. When it gets destroyed, choose an enemy unit that's level 2 or lower and bounce it. So you trade this for something else that's something, I'm assuming, hopefully better than this, that is a level 2, and set them back a turn. Oh, it's the support play. That's from Seed, everyone's favorite Gundam. All right. We got the Stark Jigen. 3 for 3, repair 1. So this has so the Stark Jigen, you could stick Riddick Macarena down here on the Stark Jigen, make it a 4/4, right? And it's got repair, so it gets AP plus. It gets. I'm guessing that's why it has the red mark there. So it's like a conditional attack power 1. That's what that was. No, it's not Stalk Jigen. It says right there, Stark Jigen. Repair 1. At the end of each turn, recovers 1 HP at the end of each turn. Okay, that's an interesting mechanic. So it's less... It's repair, but it's more like a regenerate, in a way. That's kind of cool. I got a synergy in the same pack. Dang, what a well-designed game. Okay, repairs stack. Okay, that's kind of cool. I've got Rasids. I'm guessing it has to be Rashid, right? Maganak. That thing's got a funny head. I like it. So when this deploys, choose one of your green units during this turn. It may choose an active enemy unit with 4 or less AP as its attack target. So I'm guessing that means you can, like, target... You don't usually get to target units, but in this case, you do get to target a unit. It's from the Maganak Corpse. It likes it when the Maganak Corpse are linked to it as pilots. It's supposed to be Rashid. So I thought so! Yeah, I'm guessing this game is rife with, like, the worst Bandai romanization jank, which only makes it more fun, I guess. Fun fact, Bandai once sold a pack of 20 Maganaks on P Bandai for you to build. Huh. You do not get to target mobile suits unless they are rested. Oh, it's kind of like Transformers then. Okay. That seems neat. Not sure if it's a good card, but that ability seems neat. One of my favorite things in Transformers TCG is when you get to, like, attack an untapped unit and mess with them. Okay, this is a covert operative. And oh, that's interesting. Okay, what is this? Choose an enemy unit, 2 or less AP. Return it to its owner's hand, so you bounce it. If you have a link unit in play, choose an enemy unit with 4 or less. So I'm guessing you can play this either as an event, a command card, or you can play it as this pilot to link onto something and get Shadiq Zanelli out there for the +1 AP. This guy's a loser. Is he alive? He does have the kind of hair where I'm like, this guy either kicks ass or everybody hates him. The man who nobody bought merch of. Well, you know what? Okay, oh my god, I'm on fire. People bought so little merch of him, he's a footnote on an event card. So, you know, he's an incel. Okay, he's in jail. That's actually kind of funny, then, that he's just bolted on the bottom of an event card. Like, he's not a dedicated pilot card. It's just like... He's an alternate effect. He's a modal. That's kind of funny. Shadiq had a cool suit that sold until his episode, and it actually made his model kit sales go down. That's amazing. Well, I got a goof. I got a vanilla goof. 2 costs on turn 2, 3/2. So a 3/2 for 2 seems good rate, at least for a vanilla. Face, no, this card is absolutely not worth thousands. It's also a common. Goof troop. There are better goofs in this game, is my understanding. This is a very vanilla goof. It is, in fact, the MS-07B. The Nozaku. Hey, yo, it's my favorite Gundam when I was a teenager. Gundam Death Scythe, not quite hell. Uncommon version. We're into the uncommons. So this repairs itself for 1. It wants to link with Duo Maxwell. Hang on, where'd he go? Hey, Duo, get out here. Get out here. So this is synergy. This is synergy. This turns him into a 5/5. That's a 3 cost on turn 4, so that seems above rate. Well, not above rate. That seems on rate, I guess. Boo TV Death Scythe. Listen, it's got to show up somewhere, right? Like, they got to make Death Scythe hell the really fancy one. That's cool though. I got another minor synergy. Well, synergy. They wrote his name on the bottom of his robot's card. If you're gonna call that synergy, I guess. So otherwise, this is just a body that self-repairs. So I'm guessing you just want to swing this at stuff. This means that the AP can't go down, so this seems just very like, I want to swing this at stuff. A lot of pilots don't happen till 4th turn. Okay, that's good to know. So this is kind of just normal then, I'm guessing. Ideally, you have drawn into Duo Maxwell. I'm guessing you want to have like a bunch of these if you care about Death Scythe. Like, it doesn't seem like this is a build around, but I'm getting the impression that this is just like beat stick stuff. Launcher Strike Gundam. Strike, that's a seed word. I know that one. What does this do? Blocker. Rest this unit to change the attack target. Okay, so you tap a blocker to take the aggro. What is it, a 3-4? It's just a 3-4. Okay. So it's just a basic, like, don't hit my cool stuff. Yo, the G Fighter. Always looking for the spot. Choose one of your white base team units when you deploy this. It gains high maneuver during this turn, which means it can't... Okay, so I like how much helper text is. I'm guessing it's partly because it's the first wave, but like this helper text is actually kind of kick-ass. We got a Giant popping for the G Fighter. This is a turn 3, pay 2 for a 3-2. Gives someone unblockable on deploy for the turn. Everyone's totally favorite cannon thingamy. Yeah, it's famous G Fighter. Yeah, we're jumping onto white base. Yo, it's Rick Dom again. This is the one I pulled before. This looks different. Where's the other Rick Dom? It's the one I pulled before. Okay, so I got my very first dupe. I'm guessing with a card like a Rick Dom, a 2 cost on turn 3, if you were playing this, you'd want to have a bunch of them. I think it's in this game it's 60 card deck up to 4 copies of, if I recall correctly. Let's see, I'm getting all these. This is my foil rare, a normal foil. The eyes are glinting in a cool. Oh, they got the foiling so that like you can see it kind of there. It's catching the horizontal line on the foiling on the eyes. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Invasion, I was mentioning earlier, that's the biggest problem with Gundam right now is like the starter decks are gone, so you can't start the game. Or the starter decks are either gone, or in Canada they're like marked up to like 200+%. It's stupid. 50 cards, 4 copies. Okay. So let's see. The rare version of Unicorn Gundam 2 Banshee. When paired, so when you get a Cyber new type on here, you choose an enemy with 3 HP or less and you tap it. Okay. Oh, is it already out on Friday? Okay, I'm going to still be out here on Friday. I wonder if I can steal an STO5 at retail from the West Coast and bring it out east with me. My other rare is Strike Rouge. Are all the rares just foiled, I'm guessing? Seems like pretty... No, wait. Did I have an unfoiled? It feels like they're just doing the foiling on the rares, which I think was a Digimon thing as well. I can't quite remember. What's the Strike Rouge do? Turn 3, cost 2, 3-2. Pay 1 once per turn. Choose one of your tap white units with blocker. Okay, so it can't attack this turn, but it can block twice. I'm guessing. Well, no, it's your turn. Is this something you can do? Oh, no, activate main. Is that something you can do at instant speed on the other player's turn? I don't know how that part of this game works. Because it seems like it resets a blocker. So I'm assuming that would be something you do on their turn, but I'm not quite sure. Well, who's my resource going to be? Common resource. It's the Freedom Gundam. Strike Rouge Enjoyer. Yeah, I just know it's got the rouge coloration going on. So yeah, no big kaboom money hits that I am aware of, but now I actually have some Gundam cards. I would still very much like to build a deck or two for this game because it seems like it's pretty fun. I'm not sure. They're about to have starter deck number 5 come out. They've got set number 2 on the horizon. Bandai Namco are also definitely not shy to just power creep their games to hell, so who knows how it will go, but it seems like it's a pretty solid game. Funny thing about STO5, it also got shorted at. Oh. Of course. Are they doing the stupid God Pack thing too? Because, like, what a great way to make your starter product disappear from people who want to play with it is friggin', a random number of them will be fully foil. And then it's like, oh, so that means a handful of individuals will buy like 500 copies of them. Sick. So cool. Okay, they're still doing that's great. I hope big box retail in Canada happens for this game at some point soon, because I would love to find a starter deck like a normal person. Anyway, let's get real normal with this this Transformers character, Megatron. So I don't have the same room and medical supplies to like safely like, you know, go whole hog. So I'm simply going to gouge the eyes out of this box with my raw strength. You could say I'm ripping out its optics with my bare hands. Oh, check out the corrugation on that. That's just beautiful. Let's just continue on our way in here. I don't have a clear shot yet of all the twist ties, so we'll get to that. This is, by the way, for those of you who have not seen how a true fan opens a Transformers box, this is the way we do it. We got our tissue paper over here. And I have not messed with this thing at all. I still haven't even seen how it works, so I'm kind of excited. Let's get. I wonder what they could be putting in here, like some kind of aloe vera. Something good for the skin moisture. I see purple. Oh, look at all this snot. Yeah, I'm still pretty healthy. Alrighty. I know there's some... Oh, wait, there's a big green thing in the way. I gotta do this the hard way. Alright, instructions. Unnecessary. That's unnecessary. I need these to see some designer intent later. Okay. There is the infamous Studio Series Fusion Cannon. Well, that was easy. And the infamous Studio Series Blue Legs. What do you see? Do you see blue or do you see gray? Or do you perhaps see two tones? Because the temperature of the lighting in here, plus my phone's camera, are having a moment. Who knows? Who knows what color those legs really are? Gray, are you sure? Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry. I'm my apologies to the seller of this toy, who I cannot identify. I'm only supposed to be showing you. Hang on, I need to make sure you aren't seeing too much of this. You're only supposed to see that much. If I show any more, I could get in trouble. See, white and gold legs. Valid, valid. Listen, if I don't respect, Seller Sama, then, like, you know, I could get in trouble. Like, so I have to do the rest of this like this. Is he warm gray to your eyes too? So parts of it are warm gray. Sorry, I can only show you this. That's a warm gray. I see the upside down submarine fan mode. That sounds kooky. I've never heard of an upside down submarine in my entire life. This is becoming a difficult stream to do. Listen, let's be real for a second here. You're not gonna narc on me, right? Like, if I show you more than the arm, you're not gonna tell people. Like, you're not gonna, don't record this, okay? Don't record this. Well, if I get in trouble, you're all in trouble too, alright? Alright? We agree? Yeah, we agree. Okay. Don't be a wretched little knock! I have to get this rubber band bodice off of Megatron's breast. Yeah, here it is. Alright, get in there. Take a few dumb joke pictures and I'll think about it. Listen, I only take commands from the person who sold me the toy. I don't take commands from these random fans who seem to want to commentate on my ability to only show the toy's right arm. I'm guessing I want to stick the cannonette back here. It's on a nice little detended hinge. So this lighting is kind of warm. I'm going to move the light down a little bit just so you can see him a bit easier. Bring out the miniature piano. Holy moly. I'm going to open his hands because we got that leader class budget. Yeah, look at that. All right. Genuinely had a moment where I wasn't sure which way to stick this on. It goes on like that. It doesn't bug me as much as it bugs some other people, but the fusion cannon does have this for me at least, the thing, because the problem that some other folks have with it, I've come to better understand it because I just straight up asked people. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I understand sort of now. But for me, the main thing is I want to be able to push back here to have that shunk into there and that shunk out a little bit just for my own visual needs. But I don't really care. Like it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't really bother me that much. The bigger problem that people have is like stuff like the directional arrangement of this stuff, etc. I just don't really see that myself. Like I said, I had to get somebody to explain it to me kind of at length. I was like, explain to me like I've never seen Transformers before because I don't understand. But for me, it's more like I feel like I'm supposed to push this in so that pops out, but whatever. It's some kind of line art thing, and like, you know, call me Shoji Kawamori, because like, I don't care what you have to say about it. I drew it. I didn't draw it. I have not drawn Megatron. I have some paint fleck on here, and I can't get it off. I'm just going to ignore it. The feel of the figure so far is quite nice. This looks colder to my naked eye, by the way. This looks very warm on screen. Because this light up here is very warm. My eyes glaze over whenever line art is brought. You know, I try my best. I just slapped the Blockies Action Edition Fusion Cannon on there. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't have that. I'm in the wrong coast right now, but that's actually a pretty solid idea. Comes with these other accessories, by the way, from some film. He comes with this funny looking blaster, and then also comes with this laser blade that you can't take the blade off of. I did see on the back of the box. Okay, so they have a bespoke mounting point for a little him, which makes me kind of happy. It tabs in there. I think that's really cute. It's like, just don't look behind me. Don't look behind me. I'm gonna transform. Everybody close your eyes. Somebody pick me up. Somebody pick me up. Like, you're over. Somebody pick me up, huh? No! Over there! Somebody pick me up. So there's the alt mode. Yeah, there's like whatever's going on with the fusion cannon. There's like screenshots to argue against it and screenshots to argue for it. So I'm like, I don't think I care enough. And what do you call it? It's like the I don't think I care enough rule for me. By the way, I was gonna have him hold himself, you know, because that's always funny. But realizing you can actually fusion cannon that little guy on there. That's what's that got some TF1 vibes going on. It's like the bigger Luke conspiracy with Megatron. Anyway, articulation-wise, what do we got? We got pretty good ball neck. There's lots of emotion going on in there. I've noticed there's like rotating parts in here. So we got a butterfly. We can assert dominance. There's a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that goes deeper than 90, so that's pleasant. There's a wrist swivel. Waist joint. I like the skirt inhalation trick when I see it. Can totally form an H-tank if we want to. Check it out. It's me, Armada Megatron. I did not, V-Rider, I didn't know about this butterfly either, and I was low-key trying not to, like, go like, huh? It goes both ways, almost. Like, it goes back a little bit, too. Let's see, thigh swivel is a big-ass, like, double mushroom. Get fully zooted on that nonsense. Let's see, that's like a 92-degree knee bend. Nice submarine. Thank you. Ken. Tell me. Okay, what did I? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Is that good? Is this good? Is that good? Is this good? Is it good with that? Is this good? Is that good? Oh, is this good? What about this? Is this good? Is this good? Is that good? Is this good? Is this good? What about this? Is this good? Is this good? Is this good? Is this good? And is this good? And what about this? Is that good? Is that good? Or is that good? Is this good? What about this? Or is this good? Is this good? Is this really good? Is this 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 good? Or is this good? Is this good? That's got to be good, right? It's got textures on it. This must suck, though. I'm guessing. I already can tell. Yeah, I can assess a card. But let me know. Where was I? The ankles tilt. Pretty deep, all things considered. Like, that's, you know, for a G1 Megatron who's got the funny foot shape. Some of those are staples. I'm gonna win! Oh, I can't wait to take over the Toronto scene. And the problem with the butterfly is that since the armatures are attached to the back of the torso rather than the front, they can't get the shoulders past his chest like 86 Op and Megatronus can. Oh yeah, it's the shoulder bumps into his boob. But the little bit that's there, I think, is still pretty cool. Big double stack tread enjoyer, even more so for the implied calves shape. Yeah, the way that they hide the tank stuff in the shape of his legs, I think, is quite solid. That's some good artistry and geometry going on back there. I thought for a second there were more guns on his back. Those are hinges. Never mind. I am guessing I have to pull this off to transform him. Wow, terrible. I do like that you can. I know this is part of the tank mode, but I like that the tank mode is like cartoon fusion cannon with like Walter P38 extended barrel. Like, it's something really funny about that to me. It's adorable. More what's on. I display my toys like this. What's going on? I can't even see his face. I'm going to try to transform this into a tank, and I have not watched any videos about how this works. I'm gonna just suss my way through it, knowing that those are treads. Because I have been told that we are in a good year for tank alt mode leader toys, and I still haven't found Megatronus. So I've been just staying in the dark about how any of them work. There's like sculpting in there. Looks pretty cool. Unfold into Tonk. I'm guessing that the head folds like the. Nope, I'm still bumping into stuff. I hit the camera. What's going on? Hoo 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 hoo. By the way, I do. Oh, okay, that's something. I'm guessing that ends up on the bottom because it's a free spinning wheel. I had a pretty good toy show, by the way, on the weekend. I was pleased with how things went. I attempted to sell old video games, and I was really worried because, like, I don't know much about old video games. Part of the reason why I decided to try to sell some. And I realized after I'd pulled everything out and priced everything that I did have somewhat complete. I realized, because I just did my toys thing, right? Where I look at sold listings on eBay, and I kind of based everything around that. I then realized most of the listings on eBay would talk about whether the cart had been tested or not. And I was like, I do not have the means to test any carts. Uh-oh. Hopefully I can just do this and see what happens. Thankfully, everything went fine. If people haggled, I was like, for sure. Whatever you're haggling for, we'll do it. You know, like to a certain degree. And so I was able to sell Donkey Kong Country and Super Metroid, and they're not like super pristine or complete. And I felt okay about what I sold them for. But that was interesting. It's the first time I sold video games. You broke his spine. No, I'm rearranging it so it's better than how it started. Oh, there we go. And that's the turret. Okay, I see. But I decided I was looking at my like what few games I own from the 16-bit era, and I was like, am I ever going to play these specific carts again? To be honest, probably not. Am I going to get into collecting cart games? Probably not. So I should, at least at this toy show, I should just give it a shot, see what happens. Yeah, I haven't dug out the systems yet, but like I just figure like I'll do the eBay thing, and if someone knows better, it's a little bit of reading people, right? It's like the difference between them knowing better and them trying to like pull the wool over my eyes. And like the two folks I sold stuff to, I could tell like from my minor abilities to read a person at a toy show, I was like, I don't think they're like messing with me here, so like this seems fine. Got some kind of chiropractor here. I have the first MP Megatron down in the basement downstairs somewhere. Mine is still works. He definitely broke one of those tabs that they all break, but he still, as they say in the movie, still functions. Oh, damn, I'm funny. Do these tabs go together? No, those tabs are identical. Is there a slot to receive them? I don't see one. Okay, interesting. I was wondering why there's a hinge on here. Or at least what appears to be a hinge on here. Oop. Alright, alright. Not entirely answering my questions, but it is solving some quandaries. Yeah, I got to. I think the only console of mine I'm precious about still is my Turbo Duo, because even back when I was in high school, there were guys who were trying like mad to get me to sell them my Turbo Duo for like $100, and I got it gave me this flavor in my mouth where I was like, I don't think I'm going to sell you this for $100. Now I'm suspicious. Okay, these, I feel like these have to sandwich together. That's the impression I'm getting from how they look. Oh yeah, the original MP Megatron had no treatment on the die-cast feet, so they are all rusty. That's one where if you see the rust, you just know that yours is normal like everybody else's. Oh, here we go. That rotates too. Oh, that's cool. It's doing things, duh. Yeah! Alright. I knew it. Oh, wait a second. Is this... okay, I have an idea. Got Roddy in, now I can spin. Excellent. Something's... oh, I see there's a divot. There's a divot in there. That circular divot that's supposed to receive these. Oh, there we go. What? This is where the tab is. So these go backwards then? Okay, it must be like this. 2008 YouTube ass looking transformation footage, by the way. You're welcome for the retro experience. Enjoy your nostalgia, please. There we go. Yeah, okay. I saw these little I saw these tabs, and so I was hoping there'd be little slots on here to receive them. Oh, but this, like, so that's what that divot is for, is this gloms on there. That's kind of cool. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Stuff's happening. I keep bumping this thing that my phone's attached to. Look, it's me up there. This is throwback Vangelus. Now, I'm not pouring sweat and occasionally screaming in anger when stuff is falling apart in my hands and like redoing an entire scene. That's some vintage Vangelus if there ever was. Man, the way he's about to kiss his own ass, that's beautiful. Oh wait, this stuff rotates, I'm guessing rotates back like this. Because that's different than how it was before, which is the usual way that we metrically figure out how transformers work, is we make them so they are different than they were a second ago. Need this in transparent purple to go with the select geometry. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's part of the tank tread. I'm guessing this is a perfectly normal leg transformation. Oh, there's even like, I love it when there's like a tab right there for the weird maneuvers. Oh yeah, oh, all right, yeah, yeah, perfectly normal. Perfectly normal. This double hinges up into there. I am guessing that we are doing one of these. Or not? Transformation's super fun to figure out. Oh, it just tabbed in. Okay, yeah, okay, I was wondering what these tabs were for. So the thigh tab there has a slot in the hip skirt. Oh, I see your tricks. Yeah, sicko face is me. There's more stuff that moves. Oh, dang. Okay. Oh, I see another spot in here. Is that for that? No, it's not. That doesn't line up with that. Oh, wait, that's for the foot there. Excuse me? So that's robot mode. This is alt mode. We're gonna shower with. I'm not legally allowed to talk about showering with toys anymore. Not since the incident. You know, they can't silence me for real. But they're always watching right now. Oh, there's so many pivot points on here. I wonder if I'm supposed to use the ankle tilt as part of this. No, because that tab's there. This demonstrably is a big-ass tab for a big-ass thigh slot. There's a tab and a slot there. So what does the foot do? Wait a second. By the way, are we driving anyone mad with me sitting here going like, ooh, what do I do? How does this work? Is someone there screaming, for instance? Like, just screaming, like, no, you have to do it this way! We love it when we make them scream. This is just wrap underneath? I'm like looking for little hidden wheels now. Yes, this is so wrong. Oh, excellent. Good. Whoop! Okay, so I got this double hinged up like that. That's a new motion. More like Mangoldtron. It's just like in G1. I'm still a fan of Missing Link Gaslight Megatron. I remain a defender of the one true faith. They might have raptured some of those other guys, but oh, there. I think I got it. Oh, I'm so close. I can taste it. I want it so bad I can cast creature with haste it. Oh, satisfying. Oh, I'm so close. Oh, the hunger. The hunger. I'm so close. I was asking on Blue Sky, I was like, hey, what, because I'm kind of late to it. I was like, what binoculars do I need to watch people getting their asses raptured? Nobody helped me, I'll just say. You know, I pay for internet and yet did not receive a single bit of service when I had a simple consumer question. Nobody told me what binoculars to use. I remember that. Just mention that. I remember that. So yeah, I don't know what happened. You know, bureaucracy is everywhere, and stuff can get rescheduled. I'm sure something is up, and you know, the devs are gonna have all kinds of excuses for it. You know, friggin' lazy. That's what I say. Friggin' asset flipping. Friggin' I'm so close. Oh, I'm so close. If the movie Left Behind is any indication, they were looting after literally 1.3 seconds after everyone disappeared. I mean, like, friggin' the insiders, with all their insider-ass knowledge, completely unfair playing field. You know, what have I been paying for all these years? Et cetera, et cetera. Is there a picture on here? The front of the tank that I could be looking at? Why is it so far back? What the... Wait a second. What are those parts folded out? What are those parts that don't exist on mine? Is that another hinge? Hang on. Oh! Oops! Oh, children's toys, am I right? I thought there were 54 steps in this transformation, not just one long, simple one! Oh, damn, I'm smart. Oh, I'm so smart and handsome. It does in the back as well. You know, I don't know. I'm sure none of you know. I just figured out all by myself. There's another door back there. Oh, wow. It's so hard being so smart and talented. get a load of me at high school reunion. Oh boy. Oh. Just like my G1 Megatron. Yep. We steal from specifically Cliff. We have thefted specifically from Cliff. The valor is not only stolen, it is worn proudly on my arms as though I did any of the work. Does that tab into anything? Did I do all that for nothing? I did all that for nothing. Okay, well. And I'm like furiously messaging Cliff. Like, Cliff, how does this work? You're making a fool out of me. Having my UN escalator moment. Current events reference. Call this the animation industry, the way my idea was stolen and capitalized on without any credit. Just call me Sam Register. Don't even know if he did any of that specifically. I just know he's the name you yell. All right. I like it. I know this is the whole, like, I can't believe these ignoramuses. I think it's just kind of silly. Given what is compressing back there, I just don't really see a version of this that isn't just a completely different arm transformation. Which you could have had, I guess, but it's fine. The shin panels have a small notch in the inner uppermost corners that fits onto small tabs in the turret swivel turntable, and I think that is good geometry. Oh, is that these little things in here? Because, yeah, I thought that was really cool, too. Like, this friggin' hamburger is so solid. And according to the line art, you then stick the laser sword there so he can drive by and cut people. And then you stick the tiny blaster up here. But yeah, of the tank modes, various qualms I have seen shared, like, this is the only one that really makes any sense to me. And it's like, whatever, just don't move it so much. Or you know what? That's how it pivots. Because he friggin' clotheslines people beside him when he drives next to him. I don't know. Otherwise, I think the tank mode is fine. Like, you know, it's completely screen accurate to the 1986 Transformers movie. Still need to do the the dab test. We'll be back. We'll be back. The tiny, really weird blaster that has no media presence, but what was included anyway. Yeah, this funny looking little thing. I don't get it myself. And also now that its iconic tab is covered up in the transformation, you can't use the iconic tab connector to store it. You have to use this 5mm peasantry. We're putting rods in holes like a bunch of the rutting commoners or something. Yeah, there's a good just like oomph to this. Like I like it. I think it's neat. There is already I think more than one piece that has been developed, so you can just like wedge a giant handle on this and do the funny thing and hey, if you want to, the piece is going to exist, I'm sure. Why did they put Cobra Commander's gun in Megatron's accessory pack? Well, they got to throw that extra value in there for people who bought the crossovers toys, right? Like, the the punters, am I right? Oh, my hair is so messy. Let's go back to robot mode. Let's see how efficiently I can do that now that I have unlocked the inner workings and secrets of this piece. Yeah. It is a really cool leg transformation. I even like that, like the way that interlocks without locking, obviously, but like geometrically nestles together. It's very fun. Yeah, it's, you know, setting. Whoop! I bumped my mouse with the toy, and it pressed and dragged. That's amazing. Megatron's like, don't show this much of me. The toy sellers. Setting some kayfabe aside for a second, I think it's kind of cool, like, how many extra steps they baked into the leg transformation of just, like, what if, though, there was one more funny little thing to fold out? Because it's like, yeah, whatever, let's make his legs just, like, thick with stuff. How did I open this last time? Now I don't remember how I did this. Be awake in 5 hours. Oh, Cliff, get some sleep! I'm on the West Coast right now. I'm able to do this because I'm, you know, an expert of justice. Do this one at least. Ow. It snapped at me. There we go. Take it easy, Chris Muse. That tab's in up there, and then this, like, whoa, this is so... It's like it's massaging together just the way I want it to. Yeah. Does this tab into anything? No. Okay, yeah, because it's the ankle tilt. All right. That's fine. It's fine, baby. That's fine. You just do it the way that's comfortable, baby. Hope we're having a decent week, by the way. I know it's one of those, we are living in a time that exists, are we not? Hope you all are doing as best you can. I'm a little bit less online right now because I'm just, you know, trying to enjoy my West Coasty time, / recuperate from a very busy toy show weekend. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Just, where's that tab? Where's that? Oh, yeah. Megatron's legs were gray. Megatron's legs were blue. Oh, we got an official abbreviation for that. Hell yeah. Yeah, that was a funny chapter that nobody remembers anymore. This, much like I was grousing about when it was happening. This is such a good mid-transformation moment. We got JJBA news earlier today, so I'm doing pretty good. Hell yeah. I love that there's a waist rotation baked into all this stuff. Oh, okay, I didn't even notice that when I went the other way. Hang on. The friggin', the goofy multicolored tech abs are the locking tab for that fold. That's so neat. I think we need to have this stuff open to fold the head out. Oh, Mimicry, Evan Design did the reveal on the blue guy on the back of the box. He was like, no, that's just Megatron's arm colored differently to try to show that other characters can hold the gun. There is no... He all but said, like, that is not a secret reveal. I'm so sorry, that is not a secret reveal. Safety Megatron is not real. Not yet, not in this era we live in. We must live without sin first, etc., etc. I am paraphrasing, by the way. Do not assume that I am saying the actual quotes. I am paraphrasing for my own amusement. Oh, what did this look like when I went? Oh, I see. There's a slot in there. Okay. So this is the way. Not yet, he said. I think that was a moment that also told somebody who is on the Transformers design team, much like with Splendid Yellow Convoy, it informed them that, hey, if you did Safety Megatron, there would be at least 100 people probably saying they're going to buy it. But no, Mimicry, yeah, like people were asking Evan about that all over the place. And so he was, I think, very smartly, like, quick to kind of get on that and go like, nah, look, here's the sitch right now. Oh wait, I gotta flip this around. This is kind of elegant too, to reshape the forearm. I like this trick. Feels like a new trick, unless I haven't seen that trick on a G1 Megatron arm before. I guess because this is the first time you're trying to do like a tank turret out of it, but it's a clever way to like reverse the flare, so you get that tank turret pod shape. But yeah, it's one of those situations where I think it's like the Transformers team is now fully aware that, like, hey, we could probably sell some of these, and then they simply have to try to convince people who actually make the decisions above them, like, that is remotely a plan of attack. Who knows if they can or not? I guess we'll find out in the future. Can't wait for Splendid Yellow Convoy and Barely Changed God Magnus. I think if they do achieve Legacy Generation Splendid Yellow Convoy, it's probably just going to be a standalone piece. Everything about that Ultra Magnus does not seem built to even be packageable as a toy on its own. I wonder if they couldn't have just photographed another figure holding the yeah. I mean, given the existence of Leader Soundwave, I'm like that seems like that would have just been the natural one, but I'm guessing there's just various logistics that come into play. I wonder if there is some kind of like not necessarily legal department, but some other department reticence to show another toy on the back of the package if it's not like a directly integrated play pattern. I'm not sure. I also wonder if they colored the arm blue just so that it would be easier to see the little Megatron gun. There's all kinds of hoo-ha and nonsense that one could stroke onto the back of that thing. I don't know why I'm using stroking as the operating verb here. Just, bear with me. It'll make sense eventually. Yellow come with new exciting ways to break. They're like, we've gone into our CAD to make the T-bar shaft thicker, because, listen, survival of the fittest, stop being so weak, we are now in an era of strength, etc., etc. Here in Boston, we do things differently, etc., etc. Listen, I'm just sometimes you got to be a bit of a stroker, like you gotta. Is that a bad thing to say? I don't want to like drop a slur or something. I just think it's funny to use that as a verb. This is a decent dab. It's not the best dab in the world, but this part, like the foot being able to go forward like this, is actually kind of huge in my opinion, along with the tilt. That is massive for walking poses or dabbing poses if you can find your center of balance. Also, the fingers do that thing I do like when there is knuckle jointage, where there's a very slight flare up on the fingers. Yeah, points for the fingers. Yeah. Along with your gets it. It's got motion, gives the dab extra leading lines. Hell yeah. Obviously, it's like index is one finger, the other fingers are another finger, so it's mostly there. So you can also, go point. You can be all like, hang on a second. It can be all like. It can be all like, hang on a second. It can be all like, hang on a second. Be all like, Devastator, get me a flat white! Oh, I spat on myself when I did that. Oh, disgusting. Anyone out there a flat white drinker, by the way? Is it wrong? Always! It's always wrong! And that's why we live by our own rules. How sensual can this guy get? Consensually, blue sky. How sensual can this guy get with his... Because he doesn't have, like, the sensuality joints that SS-86 Optimus has. So, like, how hard can we get on, like... Because there's no ab joint, so we have to get really into using the neck joint. I am flat white. I was wondering if someone was going to be all up on that. Yeah, he can't really, like, present his body very well. It's like Commander Ultra Magnus. That was the same problem with Commander Ultra Magnus when we did that box shred. I was like, he can't, like, present himself to me very well. Like, it's kind of there. It's kind of there. And we do have, like, you know, we got a shirt we can rip open. It's happening! Oh no, Ben's getting... Why? That's not fair. Why does Ben get to be raptured and I get... Listen, I was christened as a baby, alright? I got a punch ticket. They're supposed to let me in. This is nonsense. This is BS. Oh, where's my service? Where is my service? Why am I still wearing my clothes and not turning into a laser beam or whatever? You can get a bit more of the butterfly if you do it a bit wrong. I think I can see what you mean, because you can get the... If you untab it from up there... Like, I'm guessing we're folding it out a bit and doing something like that. It's because you spit all... Listen... I know people, okay? I'm allowed to spit a little bit. I know people. They christened me. That is one of my favorite calls to authority ever, is that someone dribbled water on my head as a baby, so I'm like... I'm owed things. Megatron is doomed by his physical nature to be best suited to evil and intimidating poses. Sag. No, we're gonna fix the Sag. All right, I see what you mean. So if you undock those things, you do get a bit more range here. Maybe Megatron is more of an ass guy. Let's see. Is this doing anything for anyone? Is anyone... Are we cooking? Did we get a little bit of Ojo on this? Do you like what you see? Something's cooking. Yeah, okay. Long was here is here for it. All right, we got this. We got this. Untab the waist joint for the reverse crunch. It's a very specific memory. Okay. There we go. There we go. We gotta clench fist for this part. I unballed his wrist. All right, we're back. Megatron in Liefeld mode. No, it's just it's forced perspective. It's just a little bit of forced perspective. That's all. If you had an art degree, you would understand. I unballed his other wrist. Excuse me a second. This is embarrassing. How did I manage to ball socket pop his wrists with his forearms closed? That should be impossible. All right, here we go. Yeah, this is something. This is something. He's clenching with maximum power, is what he's doing. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is gonna get me raptured. Here we go, here we go. Can you do the Jacko? With immense amounts of cheating, I believe he can. Optimus, I regret to inform you that Megatron is throwing it back. He what? Oh, wait, what's happening? Why is he turning like that? Oh! Oh, no. Wait. So number one, we do have something going on here. Now I'll show you my ultimate power! Ooh! Optimus just staring at us. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. Oh! Typhoon attack! Hang on. We're cooking. We got something going on. Popping the ultimate cannon. Oh, if it only had like a way to peg in. Oh man, this is so close to good. There we go. Oops. That's fine. We can fix this. Yeah. Okay. This is like his artillery mode. This is his main blaster form. It's just like Lockdown in AoE. My problem is I'm going to forget I did this. People need to take photos of this so we have evidence that it happened. Hang on a second. Can I... Okay, hang on. We gotta take a pause for a sec here and get a little guy out. Is going to be worth it. His chest opens for the targeting range. That's the friggin' Repro Labels already did their set too. They could have had something to go back there. Oh, if only I had been equipped with this toy earlier by I don't know, Hasbro, then we could have had some really good stuff cooking. And instead, we live in a lesser world, and I don't know what I could have done to stop it. But I do understand and realize it is my fault. And I apologize to you all that I could not do better. But that I will try my best next time. This is the first New Age Ratchet. I got this at the toy show. I wanted to get me a little something, and someone had this sitting there for 50 Canadian bucks, and then I went by their table again, and they had it sitting there for 40 Canadian bucks, and they were like, we'll give you this cool 3D printed gradiented keychain with it, and I was like, alright, sounds like a deal to me. And here he is, the little guy. All right. So we can get some scale play going on in here. It's gonna be all like, boom, and then okay, that's got some rigidity. Come on. Don't embarrass me. Oh, no. No, it's Tombot. It's consensual. It's consensual. I'm the writer. It's consensual. It's some kind of Megatron Ratchet. When I fire my little guy at you, you'll see the true horrors of my fully erect fusion cannon. New wallpaper unlocked, true. Yeah, this is a pretty good toy. I would endorse Studio Series 1986 Megatron. The only real problem with the figure, right, is that I don't see a YouTube play button interface up here, which is taking me out of the experience of watching the Transformers the movie in 1986 in the year 2025. So, you know, we do what we can. We try our best. Oh, he's Ratchet, all right. See, Soundwave, I can do it too with a little guy. I just put him on there. It's totally worth it. Let's see if in the instructions there were any design intents that I missed. This all looks in order so far. You can open his fingers. Yeah, all right. Oh, okie dokie. I think that about does it for this stream. So, ooh, thank you all for this. I think this is why you didn't get to have it. No, I have a ticket. They dribbled water on my head. They have to let me in. That's the rules. Said so. I even gave the guy a dirty look when they did it. 86 Prime can rip his shirt open sensually, but Megatron can do this. So who's really the more attractive figure? Yeah, it's all about. Do you like classic style, like right, or do you like something a little bit more experimental, a little bit more out there? You know, then we got this stuff. Hang on. This stuff going on, yeah. If you're christened, does that entitle you to a pre-order bonus when you go to? I mean, I'm supposed to. There's something else I can do here. I've always wanted to try doing this. Yeah, here we go. Wait, hang on. Oh, delicious. It's ripened, but it's pretty good. By the way, we never tested the flavor on the sort of popsicle, so we grape, predictable. Have Megatron point his cannon at you, like this. I'm not threatened by this. What could he possibly do to me that I haven't done to myself? That sounded not as strange in my head. I take that back. But yeah, I think I'll do it for the stream today. I might do one more while I'm out here because I have a couple more figures I got that I can open up. But I really wanted to open this one up because I have been curious for a while about what's up with this guy. So thank you all for tuning in to this, admittedly, I guess, like, inadvertently late night stream. It happens. But yeah, I got some more boxes to shred. I'm not going to shred everything on stream this time because I don't want to stream that much while I'm out here. I want to just chill out, have a good time, man. Yeah. But yeah, it might just be like a little triple decker thing with a couple different series of things. I'm also trying to dig up my Galaxy Force noise maze, and its box that I think I still have, and the Cybertron Sideways that I think I picked up. Because I would like to film those next to the Age of the Prime Sideways, and Face has lent me his toy haxed Age of the Prime's Sideways, so I can have like this full on like mass comparison, and I want to figure out how to get all that set up. That's like my big filming goal while I'm out here. I just really hope I still have the Galaxy Force Noise Maze box, because I think I do, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I don't have a way to smoothly end the stream this time. I just need to like eventually push a button. So oh, speaking of toy hacks, guys, I hope there's a code you can use to get a discount. Well, there is. That code is Septemberus. SEPTEMBERUS. I appreciate how long this motion has been going on for. I mean, that's a weird way to refer to a stream, but yeah, it is Septemberus is the code. You can see it at the beginning of my recently launched Kingdom Warpath review, or pinned or stuck on my Blue Sky account. You can see it up there as well. Along with here, I am Septemberus. We all are in our own way. But yeah, I don't know where else I'm going with this. I'm a little bit rambling. I'm still very like fatigued from the toy show. So it's the call to action. Is that a plug, Mr.? Yes, I am plugging my Toy Hacks coupon code. That looks painful. No, plugging my Toy Hacks coupon code doesn't really hurt me that much. Like, it took a bit to like feel like, am I selling out? But no, I'm not. I'm simply participating in the systems. And darn it, I deserve it. Do you remember us? The 23rd night of September. You're also plugging your finger into Megatron's cannon. You can't prove that. No. Nobody's gonna believe you. Nobody's gonna believe you. You can't prove anything. So where's my mouse? Yeah, as I said, I can't get the music to run. So we're just gonna have to bop back over to here, and oh boy, I'm actually low-key kind of happy my battery lasted through all that. I like how you've gained chroma key. Thank you. I have. I'm using the very same technology George Lucas himself used to film Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace, and it's pretty sick. It's just a big unfolding circle that's behind me, and it hooks onto my chair, and the thing that hooks onto the chair somehow is just in the wrong spot, so you can still see the edge of the circle up there anyway. Whatever. You know, we're making do with how we make do. But I'm excited to see how this works on my chair back in good old TO when I head back out after my visit here. Because I am a big fan of hiding my background. And also, I think I look cool down here. You know, like I said, I can friggin' give myself a little hang on. It's a little taste, just a little taste of the great popsicle. It's just an Easter egg for vertical widescreen viewers. Thank you. J.A., welcome. I'm actually just ending, but you can check out the VOD. That is all available. As always, by the way, make clips, even though no one's ever going to believe you that it happened. Make clips, comment time codes, all that kind of stuff all helps not only me, which I guess is biasly the part I care about the most, but it also helps out other VOD watchers to know, like, where some things happened, or if they're trying to remember, like, hey, where's that funny part where Ratchet rode on the cannon? And it's like, hey, here's the Ratchet on the cannon time code. Anyway, I'm going to go back to that stream screen now. And, yeah, I don't know. I guess I can play us out with the same track. It's a lot more awkward this way. I wonder, can I pull myself in here? Can I do something really cursed? I'm gonna play this music track, but I'm gonna try to. What if I add this? This one. Well, that's not the same. Hang on. Shrink that down. And we'll apply some special effects. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sicko mode, baby. Yeah. Where's the eyeball? There we go. Line up the eyeball. This is my rapture form. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. I can't wait. There we go. Okay, we got a minute and a half left. Got tight. Yeah. Maybe this could just be my VTuber. Good stuff. I could just, if I can learn how to stay lined up in the mirror view with everything. Super mode! Let them come.